Ladies and gentlemen, William Barr performed the most amazing speech in front of the Federalist Society to the Federalist Society's convention in Washington the other day. And actually, this was yesterday. And he states, quote, "In waging scorched earth, no holds bar, resistance against his administration, it is the left that is engaged in a systematic shredding of norms and undermining the rule of law," Barr said in a speech to conservative lawyers at the Federalist Society's convention in Washington. Then he writes, "This is a very dangerous and indeed incendiary notion to import into the politics of a democratic republic," Barr said. "The fact is that, yes, while the president has certainly thrown out the traditional Beltway playbook and punctilio, he was upfront about what he was doing, what he was going to do, and people decided that he was going to serve as president." So what William Barr said, and he goes, one of the more amusing aspects of these breathless, on the unitary executive theory, he goes, quote, "I don't deny that Congress has some implied authority," quote, "but the sheer volume of what we see today in the pursuit of scores of parallel investigations through an avalanche of subpoenas is plainly designed to incapacitate the executive branch, and indeed is touted as such." He's calling them out. So William Barr, and the hilarious thing is that if you look at each of the witnesses in the impeachment hearings, which are hilarious, they want to impeach. Watergate was about a break-in, a criminal act, and a cover-up of a break-in, a criminal act. This is about what diplomats feel regarding President Trump, how they feel about Trump, foreign policy differences. By the way, the Constitution allows the president, this is one of his stated powers within the Constitution, to appoint diplomats and to set the course. This is why I'm voting for President Trump. Check out why I'm voting, how you go from Bernie to Trump, below in the pinned comment in the Federalist. Okay, it's one of my articles in the Federalist. Why Bernie supporters should vote Trump 2020. Foreign policy. If Max Boot and Bill Kristol are voting Democrat, I'm voting for President Trump. If they can't stand President Trump's foreign policy, I'm voting for him. This is Town Hall flashback. That time, Obama brutally fired all of Bush's ambassadors. Former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, testified before the House Intelligence Committee. House Democrats have decided to take their secret, this is Town Hall, just yesterday, their secret impeachment proceedings out of the bunker and into the open for all to see. The allegation is that in July, President Trump threatened to withhold military aid assistance in Ukraine unless Ukraine opened a corruption investigation into Hunter Biden, son of Vice President Joe Biden, who was sitting on the board of an energy company making $50,000 a month despite having zero experience in the field of work. The quid pro quo allegation is all based on secondhand information. Then it's really interesting. HuffPost, Obama firing all Bush-appointed ambassadors. It's unbelievable. The incoming Obama administration has notified all politically appointed ambassadors that they must vacate their posts as of January 20th, the day President-elect Barack Obama takes the oath of office. When he literally forced out all of his predecessors, politically appointed ambassadors, diplomats. What's the problem? President Trump could let anyone. What's the problem? It's not like. First of all, he has the right to force James Comey out. He has the right to force Yovanovitch out. He has the right to do what he wants as president. He has the right to set U.S. foreign policy. He has the right to. He has the authority to do so under the Constitution. So then U.S. ambassador to Ukraine recalled in political hit job, lawmakers said, so what? So what? Whatever the reason was. So Marie Yovanovitch is stepping down as ambassador follows, conservative media figures in the United States and senior Ukrainian officials. Okay, so what? So what if President Trump doesn't want her there? It's not even, like, William Barr is 100% right. There's nothing that Trump has done. Like, the Democrats are hilarious. Like, he's an authoritarian. What has he done? Literally, they can't name anything. They can only name, if you ask a Democrat, what has he done? Oh, well, he wants to do this and he wants to do that, and his personality, and he's friends with authoritarians. Like, no, he's not friends with Kim Jong-un. He's trying to create détente, or he already did, a pathway, a roadmap to peace between North and South Korea. That is a good thing. That is better than ringing China with missile defense, according to Clinton. His foreign policy is withdrawing Americans from the Middle East. Democrats want us to stay there forever, and they're literally they're offended. They're offended that he wants to withdraw Americans. That's why I'm voting for President Trump. In addition to other things, he's going up against very corrupt intelligence officials who will get indicted eventually. People say, "Oh, and it'll never happen." Well, it's going to take a while. 16 years of failed foreign policy and the politicization of the intelligence community, more so than at any other point in American history. Intelligence agencies have always been tools of the president. This is a little bit different. This is the Democratic Party utilizing these intelligence agencies as extensions of their political objectives, or utilizing them to attain their objectives. Okay, you cannot use a Steele dossier purchased by Clinton, and if the Steele dossier has its origins in some way in the Ukraine, they should investigate. Anything that doesn't fit the narrative of the Democratic Party is turned into, oh my God, he's tarnishing our republic, he's ripping apart the Constitution. They're using the same hyperbole and conjecture that the Bush administration used, and that also Republicans used when President Obama was in office at first. So the first 4 years of President Obama's administration, there were accusations against him that were not warranted, just based on Republicans after 8 years completely losing political influence in Washington. So you would sometimes hear on Fox News, oh, President Obama, he's tearing apart the fabric of our nation, or whatever. It only emboldened President Obama, and then at the end of his tenure, you had the destruction of Libya, you had President Obama drinking Flint water, you had President Obama saying, well, I didn't know that how do you not know your own Secretary of State is using servers with top secret intel outside of the United States government? How do you not know this? Whatever. The point is, the nonstop conjecture, hyperbole, superlatives, those things only embolden the person you're obsessed, in this case, Democrats and Trump, okay? Democrats have every single impeachment, whether it's Yovanovitch or Taylor or the other one, they actually serve as defense witnesses. They're actually trying to impeach Trump, and they're failing miserably. I mean, really miserably. I'm not just joking here. I'm saying they are failing absolutely miserably. It's really unbelievable. And you have a situation where William Barr is right. The resistance, okay, began when the day President Trump took office, and it's never stopped. And the resistance, by the way, the I'm with her crowd runs the show. And then you have the socialists, and then you have everyone else pretending that they don't like the I'm with her crowd, pretending that there's the infighting within among factions of the left, as I was there, it's really frightening, and it's sad. They go after each other more than they do Trump, and they momentarily rally to disparage or demean Trump. Their daily lives are just insulting one another on social media. And that's really what it is. It's a very unhealthy. The political obsession regarding Trump is that they know very well they cannot defeat him with Clinton or with anyone else. Clinton's going to run again. 10 minutes in, I haven't said it. That's pretty good. Clinton's going to become nominee. She will run. She will become nominee. She will lose again. They don't care. They will benefit regardless. And she'll run again in 2024. They don't care. When people on the left like, no, she can't run again. Well, who do you have? Who do they have? Why do you think this is all payback? Bill Clinton got impeached for actual crimes. Not what happened in the Oval Office, but for what he did in terms of lying under oath and obstruction of justice. And he did what he did in the Oval Office. President Trump did not work with Russia, so he didn't need to be interviewed. Clinton was interviewed because he did what he did. I was just trying to talk about foreign policy, and we needed a prop for an ICBM missile. And I said, wait a second. We don't even have a real prop. But I know what I could do. We're talking about intercontinental ballistics. That's what I'm talking about. So he actually did engage in that. That's the issue here. Clinton did engage. She did have servers with top secret intelligence on them. How did she get the top secret intelligence? That's the question. Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation from Uranium One. The fact that Democrats just like an ostrich stick their head in the ground and don't want to hear any more. It happened. No one here. No, there's no proof. They can shut their ears and stick their head in the ground forever till eternity. The question will be, why did Uranium One officials give money to the Clinton Foundation? I have never heard an answer to that. I've never heard an answer to that from any liberal journalist, whether it's at the Daily Beast or Vox or BuzzFeed or anywhere. Why? I just want to know why. Did they care about the social issues? What exactly? What project? What altruistic project that the Clinton Foundation was working on did these Uranium One officials really care about? And did that correlate with the 85 donors that gave $156 million, and then those 85 happened to meet with Clinton? And did that correlate with the money that UBS gave to help with the IRS issues? And did that correlate with the money Boeing gave? And did that correlate with the money they raised for Haiti? And did that correlate with the money from countries regarding weapons deals? So, I mean, it's really interesting. All of these very different entities and organizations and executives, why would they donate to the same these completely disparate entities? They all have different interests. They're all from different countries. Why would they donate to the Clinton Foundation? So the pay to play and the quid pro quo is obviously that the money, the graft, and the bribery is on the Democratic Party side. But what they do is this: they hide behind, they didn't stuff the golden muumuu's pockets. It was the money flowed into the Clinton Foundation. So there's a barrier. We have no clue. We would need a letter signed by both parties if there was, we can't connect the dots because there's no reason to. That's the way media and Democrats think. But with a dossier, they'll fabricate 1 million dots. A dossier purchased by Clinton. Whether or not they realize it, or whether they realize it because many people do, they're working for the same cause. And they've always been working for the same cause, to elect to install Clinton to the throne of Democratic nominee. This is going to be a repeat. When the people say, "Well, no, she's not going to run again. She can't run." Well, who do they have? I've yet to hear a rebuttal to or an answer to that. Well, if Clinton's not running, who do they have? If Clinton's not running, who do they have? If Clinton's not running, who do they have? If people say, "Well, Clinton's not running," who do they have? Who do they have? Biden? No. Stop laughing. I hope you're not eating while you're listening to this. Biden? Come on. Warren? Okay. Bernie? Okay. No. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They're impeaching Trump because Bill Clinton they're impeaching Trump because it's a tool that they can use to try to remove him, which is just has failed miserably. Each witness is actually a defense witness. Each witness literally states, "I have no firsthand knowledge. This is all gossip and hearsay that I heard, and I don't know what the impeachable offense is." So there you go. Give me your thoughts below. William Barr touched upon all of these things. In addition to, Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan, they're all going to, either all or most, are going to receive legal repercussions from John Durham and William Barr. And you're going to see McCabe indicted. You're going to see a whole lot of people indicted. Eventually, I do believe when Clinton loses the next election, she will get indicted on crimes that she's actually committed. She committed the crimes. When people say, "Oh, it's so funny. Remember when Achai was saying," I never said she would be arrested. Ever. Ever. I don't use the word arrest, and I don't use the words prison or jail. I never say people are going to languish in prison or jail. I don't know what happens after Clinton would get indicted. Trump could pardon her. So give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. Thank you.